You guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Maryjane. I'm a full-time traveler, and I have had some crazy experiences as somebody whose job is to make videos on the internet about several experiences I've had with stalking since the beginning of me being on YouTube. Yeah, it's a part of YouTube nobody talks about. I know almost every single, I don't know about men, but I know every single, I'm sure men too, but I know every single female that's like a social media influencer, I guess. As a social media influencer or whatever. I'm gonna start a timer. Hey Siri, start a timer. Person deals with these stalkers, females. I don't know about men, but I know all of my other social media friends I know that have like a following, they deal with it too. It's just like a thing. I think it's a universal thing. You cannot choose who watches you and you cannot choose their behavior. So it's just like a thing, especially if, like me, people know that I travel alone, so I think that I become this target for psychos. And for sure there's some base level ones, like the ones that aren't really harming you, they're just annoying AF. They're people who keep coming to your accounts and keep making new accounts and new accounts, or they're hiding behind a ghost account and they just stalk the crap out of you, but somehow they hate you, right? But they go through so much trouble to just no matter how many times you block them, they'll get somebody else's phone, they'll make a different account, and apparently they don't like you, but they'll stick around forever and just on anything you post, and just be there to give their 2 cents and their hate on all your platforms, and try to, I don't really know what their goal is. Overwhelmed, unhappy people, and they're looking for somewhere to put their unhappiness, so they go to social media, all these fake accounts, and they follow you. No, they don't follow you, but because they don't want to add their follow, but they come to anything you post and they're there to stalk the crap out of you. But then there's like real life stalkers that I have dealt with many a times, and I'm here to tell you like 4 different stories of serious stalkers I've had over the years. I think I'm still being stalked, actually. And so I'm very careful about how I go about my life, what I post, when I post. I wanted to talk to you guys about this awesome journey I've been on of creating my own products. So I'm here in Italy right now, and I've been here for 2.5 months because I've been making my own products. So for years I've been talking about, I do all this DIY stuff. I've always made my own body oils, my own hair oils, my own growth treatments and everything, and I swear by, I'm very much a natural remedy girl, because although I use products obviously from Sephora and all that, but I'm very much a natural remedy kind of person because I travel the world and I've learned from all these countries what the women are doing, and I take the useful stuff with me and I keep it. So I've created a few products. One of the favorites is my eyebrow gel. I'll link it down below. It's like an eyebrow growth treatment for eyebrows, eyelashes, and edges. It can be used on all 3. The main ingredients are Italian honey, which is some of the best honey in the world, and castor oil. I use this mixture to grow my lashes back because I used to wear eyelash extensions. I will never wear eyelash extensions ever again in my life, but I was definitely hooked. Even this year I was hooked on eyelash extensions, and I was in Japan, and I had got my before Japan I was in Dubai where I got the lashes done. I had my lash girl in Dubai who always did my lashes, and I get the really long lash. I got the really long ones. And I go to Japan. I was in Japan for 1.5 months, needed a refill, couldn't get a refill because in Japan they don't do the extravagant really long lashes. If you go get eyelash extensions in Japan, they're really natural, because Japanese beauty is getting eyelash extensions. I want eyelashes for the rest of my life, and if you want lashes for the rest of your life, you cannot do that and get lash extensions. Like, you can't. It's gonna mess your lashes up. So from that day, I started taking care of my own lashes. I mixed together honey just to kind of hydrate my hair and the skin where the lashes were, and then castor oil. Immediately my lashes, I don't know if you can tell, but they're just so long. They grew back super thick, and I use the same thing on my brows because I don't wax my eyebrows anymore. For you guys, you can purchase it down below, my castor oil and honey eyebrow serum, and you can also put it on your edges. I do. And I also made a body scrub. I'm really proud of my body scrubs. I've been using them for years. Brown sugar honey and a sea salt coconut oil, and it's so good, you guys. I'm known in these streets, okay? I'm not known in these streets. Everyone who knows me on a really personal level, they like, I have the softest skin. I don't want to brag, but I do. My skin is so soft. Anyone who like happens to touch me or whatever, my skin's really soft, and I know part of the reason of that is because I've always used homemade body scrub of honey and brown sugar, and I just started using sea salt and coconut oil because I learned it when I was in Iceland. Softest, babiest, like the coconut oil sea salt one is really, it's like, use that once a week because it's really strong. It'll give you, like, your skin is new. The brown sugar honey one is more something you can use every day, but it's so good, you guys, and it eventually will start clearing your skin if you have any dark marks, you have any blemishes. And I just have the softest. I used to have a really scarred deglet, what's this called? This part of your body. I used to have, used to be really scarred. I used to have a lot of dark marks because I used to get like breakouts here, and I would scratch them all in this part, and I was really insecure about this area of my body. I didn't wear revealing shirts or anything. I never showed right here because I had so many scars and I was insecure. This whole area is now clear for me and really smooth, and my whole body is really clear, really baby soft, smooth skin and all. It's because of the scrubs I use, so I'll link them down below. I also have a hair growth oil and a body oil that I've been using for years that you need to put on after you scrub your body. So anyways, I've been in Italy making these products, and I'll link them down below if you'd like to purchase my products. I would love that. And next shipping day is August 21st. So, stalkers. I really wanted to make this video because like I said, no one talks about this aspect of being on the internet, but it's true. Like, it's literally my job to post myself, and you're kind of posting your life, and in that, there's insane people out there, and it really used to bother me. Honestly, it does not bother me anymore because I know I'm taking the steps to ensure my safety. And then as far as just being annoyed about it, I don't get annoyed about things I can't control. Instagram once when I was in LA over the pandemic, if you watched me during this time, you may have heard about it because I was so scared. My stalker had showed up at my hotel, and I was so scared I posted him on my Instagram. So maybe you guys remember this if you've been watching me for a while or if you followed me on Instagram. But he showed up at my hotel, and he had a gun, and he said he was going to kill himself, shoot himself in the head, and he was going to shoot me. And I called the police, and they said, in LA, this is how sucky the police are. In America in general, when he does something, call us, because stalking is not illegal. When he hurts you, call us back. Yeah, that happened to me a few times. So anyways, I'm going to break the stories down. I'm first going to get into a story of a stalker I had who was a YouTuber. I've never talked about this before, ever. Because I am not a drama channel, and I never will be. I'll never sit and talk about anybody on the internet. no matter how many views it would bring. But this story is crazy. It still blows my mind to this day. And it taught me a lot. Actually, I learned a lot from this experience. So basically, this was around 2021 and 2020. Okay. It was like 2021. Yeah. And there's this YouTuber, and I guess he wanted to make a video about me. So he decided, and I was in Amsterdam. This is when I was an idiot, and I used to post where I was. Say I got a coffee at a coffee shop. I would take the picture of the coffee at the coffee shop and post it on my Instagram. What an idiot. I never do that anymore. I delay my content at least 2 weeks. There's no reason you have to post, even if you have 5 followers. There's no reason you have to post in real time. And yeah, I was the type of person that would I'd be at a location in a city, take the photo, put it on my Instagram. So I was doing this at the time when I was in Amsterdam. And yeah, so unbeknownst to me, I was going about my regular life. I remember leaving my hotel room one day, and I saw somebody in the hallway, and it was interesting because it was the summertime, but this person who was a YouTuber had on a disguise, like, I can't make this up, literally like a big jacket, a big beanie, sunglasses, and I didn't click. Why is this person dressed like it's wintertime? It was summertime. Didn't click. I just thought it was a psych. I don't know. I just thought it was a person, and they were in the hallway right outside of my hotel room, and they were like really busy doing something, like just head down, beanie, sunglasses, which is interesting, sunglasses, a beanie, like a winter hat, a big jacket. And they looked at me, we made eye contact, and then I left the hotel. So big problem with that is they saw me coming out of my hotel room. So boom, the YouTuber knew my hotel room. Person that's like, I got everything, no, there's no problems ever, I don't need help with anything, and I'm good. So anyways, I go back to my hotel room at the end of the day, and maybe I was in there for an hour. And the thing about, in Europe, most hotels don't have a hole, which is really interesting. I don't understand why any hotel wouldn't have a hole to look who's knocking on the door. But I had a few knocks on the door that day from the staff of the hotel. So I just thought it was hotel staff. So I hear knock, 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 knock. Everything's going over my head. I open the door, and it's the person that I saw, the YouTuber that I didn't recognize because he literally had on a disguise, a giant jacket, a beanie, big sunglasses, and he's standing, and he looks so nervous. He's shaking, and my mind goes, it's a subscriber, because I do have lots of subscribers who approach me, and they're very nervous sometimes. Oh, I watch you on YouTube. And they're usually nervous. So it didn't raise any red flags with me that he was so nervous. He was like sweating bullets. Giant beanie on, sunglasses. And then I saw something on his wrist, and it was beeping. He had like a recording device, and it was beeping, but still, Maryjane, who never thinks anything, I never think anything's a problem. Everything is so whatever to me, you know what I mean? And it's fine, you know. But anyways, he's shaking, and he's got like paper, and this is all part of a plot he has to make a video about me. So I think he was recording me, and he's shaking, and he's saying something, and then he hands me a piece of paper, and pew, runs away. I'm still trying to process what's going on. I look at the paper, and it's a McDonald's application. And when I tell you, my mind was just like puzzled. Like, I didn't come to any conclusions about anything. I was lost. Like, my mind was just like, what? Like, I was completely lost about what was happening. So I remember the ladies who worked at the hotel reception, they also were subscribed to me. They were subscribers. And my room was right by reception, so I could literally peek out of my room and look at the reception. And I did, and there was 3 ladies there, and they were like looking flustered and looking at me. So I kind of am starting to put things together. So I walk over to them and I'm like, did you just see somebody run for their lives? And they were like, yeah, the guy ran for his life and got in a taxi. And I said, I think he was stalking me. And they said, I think he was too. And they said, because he came, because when they're putting things together as well as I am, and they already know who I am from YouTube, and they just saw it unfold because they saw him come to my door with the recording device and then run for his life into like, so I think that was somebody who was stalking me. And they're like, yeah, he checked in for 1 day. He didn't do anything. He left when you left. He came back when you came back. He recorded you. Then he ran for his life in an Uber. And I'm like, yeah, okay. By the way, I know who this person is. I don't know that I know them because he had a disguise on. So I'm like, can you give me his name? And they're like, this is illegal. We're so sorry, we can't give out names. And I'm like, so should I call the police? And they're like, no, because like we think he asked for a taxi to the airport. So he's probably on his way to the airport right now and getting on that plane and getting the heck out of here. So I'm like, you're telling me he only checked in for 1 day? And they were like, yeah, he checked in for 1 day. And I was like, he left when I left? They said, right after you left, he went after you. And I said, when I came back, he came back shortly after? They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, so he was literally following me around the whole day. Oh yeah, and he left a case of water at my doorstep. And I was like scared at that point because I was like, what's the case of water about? He left me a McDonald's application and a case of water. So I'm like, I told the hotel manager and we called the police, and the police just basically took his name. And when the police took his name, because they weren't allowed to show me his name, I saw his like government name. And they kind of just took his name down and they said like, oh, if anything happens to you, we've got a suspect. And I was scared about the waters. I didn't know what the waters was about. I think he was trying to make some kind of joke. I don't know, but he literally left a case of water at the door of the hotel. So the police came in, took the waters, they took the paper as the evidence. And later on, I found out that he was a YouTuber who literally flew to Amsterdam to come find me, to make a video about me. And then when I tell you, he hightailed it back to the airport and back to the States to make a video about me. And you know, the funniest part of the whole story was to me is that he had been DMing me like, this is another thing I'm going to speak about in the latter part of my video, is all the stalkers are extremely bipolar. Like it's in like a bipolar that should like you should be in an insane asylum for, because this exact YouTuber had been following me about a year or 2 prior and telling me how inspiring I was and how they were a huge fan and how I make their life better and I'm so inspirational to them and they love me so much. That YouTuber had been telling me that on Instagram. But yeah, he stalked me, came to my hotel in a disguise, and the crap out of me. So immediately I call my man, and he's big, like he's big in Europe. So he's like, who do I need to call? Who do I need to call? And I'm like, nobody. And he's like, listen, you should never, ever, 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 ever post on the same day as where you are at. That dude found you because he knew you were in Amsterdam. So he went to Amsterdam, and I think he just watched he had to just watch my Instagram stories and kind of follow suit. It's crazy that he literally found my hotel and booked like that. literally gives me the chills. Like, can you imagine somebody booking a hotel to stalk you? Like, that definitely was a huge wake-up call. From that day, I never ever posted anymore. I actually got freaked out and I was gonna delete my Instagram altogether, because I was like, I just don't want people stalking me. I'll just do YouTube. It's way more delayed. You know, usually you don't post a YouTube video the same day you make it. It's way more delayed, but Instagram stories just make you want to post right away. So I was gonna delete my Instagram and all that, and my boyfriend was kind of like, that's unnecessary. Just don't post ever until you're gone from that location. So I also like to throw people off my scent sometimes, where like I'll say I'm somewhere and I'm not there. Nice day in Amsterdam and there's somebody following me and they have a recording device and they've like made this plot. Stalker story. Another stalker story was when I was in London. So I was in London during COVID when the world shut down, and it was when we had to do the quarantine stuff. So we had to quarantine when we got to London. So I was in London. Yeah, I arrived and I had to go directly to my hotel. I had to go directly to my hotel, and I had to stay in the hotel for 5 days and then take a test after the 5 days to see if I could leave. So I was in London. Literally, I couldn't go anywhere. So I got directly into a cab, went straight to my hotel. So this story still baffles me. I go directly to and it's mad creepy. I go directly to my hotel, right? I'm quarantining for, let's say it's day 3. Can't leave the hotel, but they did say that you could leave for essentials, but you had to go straight back. So say you wanted to leave to get medicine, you could, but you'd have to come straight back. Or you wanted to leave to get more water, you could, but you have to come straight back. It was not, you couldn't go out and about. So there was a corner store literally directly across the street from my hotel in London. So I would go out every day, but I would take my time. You know, I wouldn't rush to get water. I kind of linger because it was legal. They would let me go, they said, for essentials and then return to your hotel. So I would go, and I remember I talked to the lady at the front desk and she was super chill. She was super cool. And so I think I'm in London by myself, minding my business, quarantining. So boom, one night I'm out taking my time, which was okay, but not okay. Like, I definitely shouldn't have been walking around the way that I was, but I definitely was having a little walk where I should have returned right back to the hotel. So I kind of had a little bit of walk. Let's say I was walking for about an hour. I was kind of taking advantage of them saying, you can go for the essentials. So I was having a walk, kind of ended up in Oxford Circus, and I'm just taking my time and I'm filming myself like this. Like I'm on Snapchat and I'm doing this whole gig, phone is up, and I see a bike coming quite fast, and I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna move out of the way a little bit of the bike. And I'm doing this, like just kind of letting the bike go. Didn't know the man on the bike was after me. So he goes by and so quick, he grabs my phone out of my hand and he's gone. Like when I tell you, he's like moving like so fast. Before I could even say that man took my phone, he was gone, out of sight. So I'm like, oh my God. So I immediately get in a taxi. Thank God I had cash on me. And he didn't take my purse. He took my phone. My purse was more secured. My phone was here, so it was really easy for him. I immediately get in a cab, go right back to my hotel, which was not near there. And I go on my laptop so I can turn my phone off, you know. You can report your phone missing on Find My iPhone, Also, I wanted to use Find My iPhone on my laptop. So I immediately go on my laptop to shut down my phone and delete everything on it so the person could not enter my phone. And I deleted my entire phone so we could not go on it. And then I tracked it, Find My iPhone. And it kept saying that the phone was 6 feet away from me. And I was just like, what? And then it said my phone was 12 feet away from me. And I'm like, the Find My iPhone thing is broken. And then it said my phone was like 25 feet away from me. And I was like, oh, stupid thing is broken. So I'm like, whatever. So I go on my iPad and I immediately go to talk to my man. I'm like, someone just stole my phone. And he's like, Maryjane, you gotta be so careful. London is so dangerous. Blah, blah, blah. Did you go find my iPhone? I'm like, yeah, but it's saying that the phone is like 30 feet away from me. And he was like, that's weird. Like, is it broken? And I'm like, yeah, like they think my phone is with me. My laptop thinks my phone is with me, but it got stolen in Oxford Circus. So I'm just like, whatever. I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. I'll just go to the Apple store tomorrow. I'll get a new phone. I was just like, I'm just glad that I just deleted everything off the phone immediately. And this is crazy. I knew London was dangerous, but like I did not think anyone was gonna steal my phone. The story gets really creepy, you guys. So I hear a knock on my door, maybe 2 hours later. Police! I'm like, police? Boom, 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 boom. You need to open up the door. This is the police. I'm like, wait a minute, wait, I didn't call the police. I'm like, okay. So literally, I open up my door, and it's a big cop, a man and a woman, and they're both full gear on, the whole London gig police joint on, and they're standing in my doorway. And I'm like, yes. And they're like, ma'am, can we please see your passport? And I'm like, okay. So I'm like shaking because I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So I give them my passport. And they're like, where have you been in the last few hours? And I'm like, I just got to London. I've been quarantining. You know, today's the last day of my quarantine. And I haven't gone anywhere. I just left to get water. And they're like, okay, we got a call that you were violating your COVID like restriction, the rules we have here. We got a call that you were violating them, that you were not quarantining. And I was like, well, the rules say I could go out to get water, so I did go out to get water. And I was like, to be honest, I was taking my time and I went for a bit of a walk, but I said, I promise I didn't go near anybody. I didn't touch anything. I was literally just walking a little bit more than I should have. But I was just going to get water. Literally the last 5 days, done nothing. I said last night or tonight was just a little bit of a walk. And they're like, okay. And they kind of have a grin on their face. And I'm just like, what? And they're just like, we're so annoyed of doing these calls. They said, ever since these stupid roles, we've been doing these, like, where we show up and say, we've heard you haven't been, you know. And they're like, it's not illegal. It's just we're supposed to tell you to stay in your room. And I'm just like, okay. And they're like, it's so annoying, right? We're so sorry. And they were so sweet. I was like, yeah, I know you freaked me out. And they were like, no, we genuinely would rather not come to your room and press you. But I said it's a part of the job and we have to. And they're like, just stay in your room. And I go, wait a minute. I'm here by myself. Like, I'm here alone. How would anybody know when I'm supposed to be quarantining and if I was violating the laws? And they're like, yeah, we're so sorry. We can't tell you that information. We can't tell you who called. It's illegal for us to give the information of who called. I was like, no, you don't understand. So you don't understand. I'm in London. I didn't come here with anybody. I came by myself. And for someone to know exactly when I'm supposed to be quarantining is weird because, like, that would mean somebody's watching me because I'm here by myself. And they're like, that's really creepy. But they're like, we're so sorry. We legally can't tell you, again, who the person is. And immediately when I'm talking to them, My eyes go to the hotel room directly across from me. And all I see is this. I'm trying to, okay, say this is the door. Like, I'm trying to map this out. Say this is the door. Just an eyeball. And when I made eye contact, like, the person is doing this. When I made eye contact with the eyeball, boom, the door shuts. And I go like this. I'm like, officers, please stay here. Please stay here. Please don't leave. I'm like, I'm being stalked. And the man is right across from me. And I said, listen, I just got my phone stolen when I was out. And I went on Find My iPhone. Everything started clicking. And I thought Find My iPhone was broken. Because, like, it was telling me my phone was 20 feet away from me. I'm like, the person who called you, the person who's stalking me, is right in that hotel room. I was like, please stay here. Everything clicked to me really fast. That I was being stalked. The person came to my hotel room again, booked the room across from me, was watching me, was following me, and called the police on me when I was out for longer than I should have been, and literally was the person on the bike who took my phone. I had already been being stalked for a few years, and this stalker was relentless. He went as far as to even show up at family members' houses, and he was just been stalking me for a long time. So I had blocked him on everything, but I was so tired of blocking him that he started emailing me every single day. He would send me love letters, and he literally thought we were in a relationship. Like, every time I posted something online, he would think I was talking about him. Like, in his head, he was so deluded, he thought we were in a relationship, and anything I posted, he thought it was like a sub to him. So I went to my email, I went to spam, and I saw all these emails about, I'm in London with you, I'm here to protect you, babe. You need to be more careful. You're leaving. I'm getting in a taxi right behind you. I love you. I love you so much. I'm just here to protect you. You're not safe. You shouldn't be out. Why are you out? You're only on your 3rd day of quarantine. I love you. Why are you, like, insanity. This guy was so deluded that he literally thought he was, like, protecting me by stalking me. And he's the one who took my phone. And even right after he took my phone, I was getting emails, but I didn't know because it was in spam. And I had stopped going in my spam because everyone you block goes straight to spam. I think you need to do. No matter if you have 5 or 5 trillion followers, why would you ever in your life need to post on the same day or the same week even of where you are? There's literally no reason. Keep your content until you're on a plane out of that place. Then you post it. It's really not a big deal. It's on your story for 24 hours. There's so many Instagram stories people are watching every day, and you don't know who's on the other side. There's fake. Literally, sometimes I look through my Instagram story views. I don't know why. I just made a new Instagram because my old one got deleted, which I'm actually not mad about. You know, I had a lot of followers. And my Instagrams got deleted, and you would think the average person would be upset about that. And it didn't upset me that much, honestly. I don't care because I'm going to work on growing this one. I haven't really posted on it at all because I have like all these beautiful pictures I have in mind that I didn't take yet. So my new Instagram is kind of just like limbo. I haven't worked on it yet to grow it, but I'm going to work to grow it soon. But I haven't gotten the photos I wanted yet. But anyways, so my old Instagram got deleted because I was promoting the Taliban in Afghanistan, but I was staying there with my friends and everything like that. So, you're not allowed to say that. But so basically, I wasn't upset about that Instagram being deleted because honestly, there were I can't tell you in 24 hours. The stalkation I would get in 24 hours. Like, say I would post a picture of, I don't know, my lunch or something. Why would you be posting this? Like people will find anything to be upset about. You're an idiot. Why would you be posting this? Why would you do that? Why? Like, people, I can't even really give you like one set response, because it would just be anything. People go on the internet just to be mad about things and just to hate and just to try to annoy the mess out of you. And that's all it was. Like, I'd post a story and I would get tons of different DMs of just people harassing the crap out of me. And I know I'm not unique in this at all. So Instagram, I love Instagram so much. I love the people at YouTube. I love the people at Instagram, because they're constantly trying to make the platform better in some ways, so that us content creators were not harassed and stalked. And so now you can only send somebody a message on Instagram more than once if they reply to you. I'm like, I love Instagram so much. Like, I love it. So now people can only send me one message, or anybody. You can only send them one message, and I have to approve that message request before you can send me any other messages, which is like, people at Instagram, you're doing good work these days. So the stalking stops a little bit, because there's people who would just, I wouldn't say, maybe it's not stalking. By the way, this is Ruben. He travels with me everywhere. But yeah, it diminishes the psychoticness enough, Or maybe, let's say I posted a selfie on my Instagram story, it would be, you look weird. Why does your nose look like that? Why does your hair look like that? Why do you talk like that? Why would you say that? You're a liar, because you said this say. Why would you say that? Why would you post this? Why would you go there? Why would you say that? I'm gonna cancel you. I'm gonna tell people about you're lying, and you're this and you're that, and you're gonna go to jail, and I'm gonna end you. Which is all day, every day. So like, when my old Instagram got deleted, it kind of wiped out a huge number of psychos. Of course they can come back to this Instagram, but it's just a little bit harder. I mean, it was a lot of psychos just got wiped out with that Instagram, and I'm not mad about it. It's like so peaceful. Wow. So much more peace and less chaos. Just people on the internet who just don't have a life. But anyways, never post. But by the way, my Instagram, you're welcome. I'm not even really promoting it because I haven't posted yet. So when I start posting, I'll start working on it. I haven't worked on it yet, because I just have all these pictures in my head that I want to post on my new Instagram to grow it. So I just haven't been active on it, but I do post on my stories. So you don't have to follow me right now. You can wait till I have some good content on there, but it's been really nice. Just the more quiet, more genuine, more. And here's the thing about social media. 99.9% of you guys are completely normal life people. And who said this the other day? Spider-Man, Zendaya's boyfriend. He was like, what did he say? He was like, people, if they have a problem with you, they should text you. And if they don't have your number, they don't know you well enough to have a problem with you. And those are the people you should worry about, the people in your life, the people you know. And I was like, that's so true. Because it's like, when you have a big, not even big, but once the more numbers of people who know you, it's just like, the more people trying to come get your peace. And you have to protect it. So you have to really protect your peace. You so much. And you don't let people into your life, strangers. You don't. So there's no reason that you should have, the less business you put on the internet, the better. So you should never, ever, ever, ever want to post where you are on the same day. There's no reason at all. There's not one good reason. Also, don't post same day. Now I always, somebody was stalking me in Japan too. I'm not even going to tell that story. But I found out he was stalking me because I kind of was on my phone in the elevator and he wouldn't get out. and like he was waiting. Yeah, he wouldn't get out of the elevator, and I did not know this man was stalking me. And so when I kind of leaned up, the elevator's doors opened for everyone to get out. And I was kind of texting someone, so I waited a long time to get out. And the man waited a long time too. And then it clicked, he's stalking me. So now I'm always the last one to get out of the elevator. Always. Always, always. I don't care who's in the elevator. I'm not getting out first. You can go first. You can go ahead of me. And I will make sure I see you go into your room first before I start heading to my room. And sometimes I even press a couple numbers on the elevator. I'll push 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sure, I'll take a ride. Like Elf, I'll take a ride through the whole elevator so you don't even know what floor I'm on. I'll have all day. I'm not in a rush. I will go through every single floor. I'll push the whole thing like it's Christmas. I don't care. So now when I'm on an elevator, I push a few numbers. I push 7, 8, 9, 6, 4. So for people in the elevator, you don't know what floor I'm on, sweetie. And I'm waiting for you to get out first. No matter what floor I'm on, I'm going to wait for you to get out. And most of the time, I just get on the elevator by myself. Or I take the stairs. I'm not afraid of taking the stairs. I love taking stairs. Because it's a free booty workout and glute workout. Why would you not want to take the stairs? So I'll take the stairs. Because no one else is going to take the stairs. If someone's stalking you, they're not going to take the stairs with you, right? Now that people have more than 5 times have stalked me to my hotel room, I will take the stairs, or I will push multiple different numbers on the elevator so you don't know what floor I'm at, and I'm the last one to get off the elevator. No one is going to follow me behind me. I don't care what room you're in. You're going to get out first, and you're going to be forced to go to your room. And if I see you're staying right next to me, boop, right back downstairs, going to a new hotel. I change hotels. That's another tip. I change hotels about every 2 days. I never stay in a hotel more than 2 days. Yeah, I was being stalked recently too. Yeah, I'm all the time, and I just quickly nip it in the bud. And then the quicker you tell the police, the better. And you never tell a person that you know. That's always why white people get captured in horror movies. That's why you don't see black people in horror movies. White people, well, in horror movies, I don't know about in real life, but white people in horror movies, they always tell the criminal or the person they know. It's like, I'm going to call the police on you. White people, you don't do that. You keep it. You know the information, and then you go to the authorities. And most of the time, they're going to tell you, okay, we care, and they don't care that much, but at least you've told somebody. And I literally always tell somebody your information. Always tell somebody what you're doing. Especially if you're traveling by yourself. I'm always telling my boyfriend everything. And he's like a powerful man, so that helps. That really helps. He could, what I'm saying, my man, he's not the one. He'll get a private jet to my location in 2.5 seconds who I don't really know where I was going with that, but he don't play about me. If I say I need help, if I say something's wrong, he will be on a one-way flight to my location with people. And yeah, so with boys. So anyways, I've never had to do that. I also trust God too much. I'm saying all this about what I do, but God has protected me my entire life. I told you guys this before, but I was harassed as a child. This is going to go left really fast. Really fast. But the only reason I'm saying it lightly is because I've touched on it before, so it's not new information. But if you don't know, I was sexually abused as a child, as a young child. So I already... How do I say this? Like, I already have that I've got to protect myself at all times kind of way about me, even though I just told you ways I was stalked. I'm still very vigilant, just more vigilant now. And I've always had this I'm gotta protect myself kind of way about me since I was a child, because I was abused as a child from a young age from an ex family member, but it was a family member. And when I was a child, no one really cared. So I learned that as a young child that I had to, not that people didn't care, but no one was out protecting me, if that makes sense. No one, everyone else had better things to worry about. So whether I was being abused or wasn't being abused, everyone had better things to worry about than me. So from a young age, I've had this, I've got to protect and look out for myself kind of persona about me. My attitude has always been that. That's why I'm not afraid to travel the world by myself, because I lived in fear every day of my life as a child. And I decided as a child that I wasn't going to live in fear anymore, and that, listen, I can't be afraid. I gotta be smart, and I gotta outwit these people, and I gotta keep going because they want me to not keep going anymore. So yeah, I definitely know that I'm not afraid of these people, but because you don't know what my childhood was like if you think I'm afraid, you know what I mean? I was living in fear in my own house as a child. And I would go to people and I was the girl who cried wolf. No one believed me. And yeah, I went through that as a baby. And I would look for male figures that were protective, and I couldn't find any protective male figures. And no one else other than that cared. They had better things to care about, so they didn't know what was going on, but at the same time, it wouldn't have made a difference if they knew. So I've had this from a childhood. I've had this, Maryjane has to protect Maryjane. So, and God's, yeah, that's the point I was getting to. No matter what, God has been with me since I was born, and I'm still here, and I'm really not afraid of anybody. You know, God is protecting me every day of my life, and I have too much evidence about that. So, yeah, people can try and they can get close, but you can't do much. God is protecting me. So I have nothing to worry about. So anyways, yeah, be careful out there, and don't put your kids on the internet. If you have a new baby, like if you just gave birth and you didn't put your child out there yet, you're considering it, don't! Protect that baby. Don't put them in this crazy world that is the internet. Don't throw them into it. They'll probably get into it themselves down the line, but the more you can delay that, the better. Protect your children. Protect them. Don't put them on the internet. People out here, you would be surprised. Don't put anything, like, think of it, like, people are absolutely insane. So this video is very long, so I'm going to try and get this video up right now. Right now, what does that even mean? Because you don't know where I am. You don't know what's going on. You don't know anything. And I'm already packing up to move to my next hotel, because every time I show the background of a hotel, people can take walls and pillows and let me tell you, people are crazy. They'll take pillows, lamps, bedposts, walls, and they will find out where you are. So every time I post anything on the internet, I'll film in bulk, and I'm already off to my next hotel. You don't know where I am. I'll see you guys in the next video. Check out my products I've made. Body scrub, hair oil. Look at these edges. Look at these brows and lashes. They're thriving because of my serum. So link it down below if you want to get one. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.